there, I'm Amy Murray from Teaching Exceptional Kinders, and today I'm here to chat about homework in the kindergarten classroom. Homework is one of those topics that can be pretty polarizing. Either your team let them be little and you don't want to assign any homework, or you are very pro homework because it establishes routines or what have you. Or maybe you're like me and you find yourself in the camp of team let them be little, but the school or your principal requires some sort of homework to be assigned. Been there. So today I'd like to share ways that we assigned developmentally appropriate homework that works for kindergartners. So I mentioned that some years I was required to assign homework. There were a variety of reasons why I was required to assign homework. Did I personally agree with them all? No, but this is life, right? So I would have preferred to just send home a book or two or encourage families to read together, play some games, and engage in learning in those more developmentally appropriate ways to develop a love of reading and those kinds of things. But I wasn't always allowed to. Let me rewind for a second. What I should start with is the reason I am not pro homework. There's a lot of reasons, mostly because years ago when one of my little cousins was starting kindergarten, I was so excited to hear about her kindergarten experience. So I stopped by their house on my way home from work. And it was like the second week of school or something, she had a math page for homework and she was whining about having to do it. Now this kid, fast forward to now, is like a straight A student in middle school. She certainly did not need the extra math practice in kindergarten either. It was busy work. And all that page was teaching her in that moment was, I don't like homework, it's not important, and possibly leading to her not even liking school. We don't want 5 and 6-year-olds to not like school. The kids who need extra practice either aren't going to have the support system necessary to do it with the extra practice they need at home because they need a grown-up's help to help them with their homework, right? Or may not have the family structure and dynamics that they need to get the homework done. And so we're setting them up for more failure at age 5. They can't be responsible for this on their own. So that's my soapbox. I'm not pro homework. I do not think sending homework home for a kid to do independently at home is a great use of a 5 or 6-year-old's time. I think they should go home and be kids. But I was required to, and so here's what we did. Okay, I'll step off my soapbox and I'll share what we did that was developmentally appropriate and still fun in kindergarten. We came up with these homework choice boards or choice menus, and there were 20 different choices to do each month. I did not require them to do all of them. In fact, I sent it home and I just said it's optional so that I could say that I assigned homework, but it wasn't a requirement. We got a ton of positive feedback about these little boards. Okay, they are simple little tasks that parents can do in 10 minutes or less and engages everyone in the learning process at home. I'm going to show you how you can edit these in just a second. I'll share my screen and give you a behind the scenes glance, but some of the activities that are included here are count your toys, make a group of 5 toys, make a group of 3, and those kinds of things. Search for letters around your house. How many letter A's can you find? How many B's can you find? Play school with someone at home. Be the teacher and teach them something you learned at school. So just engaging them in learning and teaching at home, but in meaningful and fun ways, not necessarily paper and pencil tasks. So along with the choice board, there were a handful of worksheets, not a ton, but just some extra practice if they wanted to do it. But none of the worksheets were required. They could certainly do it an alternate way. So the first one is practicing writing their names the kindergarten way. That is hard. Practice writing letters. Okay. Cutting, the fine motor skills. So practice cutting out the shapes. practice writing your numbers 0 through 5. So this is like a rainbow writing page. Again, this could be done without the worksheet some other way, chalk on the driveway, things like that. This is one of my favorites. Practice dialing your phone number. Kids need to learn their parents' phone numbers. They're programmed everywhere, but there's going to be a time when they need to learn them. And so practicing with the pretend cell phone is a great way to do that. Again, worksheet not required. Draw a picture of your family, include lots of details. Try to label the people in your family. So beginning stages of writing. Put the circles to show the number in each box. And the last one is draw a picture of something that happened at school and label your picture. So some very simple but engaging things that students and their families can do at home. Some other ideas to include in your chart would be their address, practice tying shoes, play a game, practice winning and losing, practice letting somebody else go first and taking turns. Help mom empty the dishwasher. How many spoons did you put away? How many forks? Those sorts of things. Count your shoes. How many, as you're putting them away, how many shoes do you have? Help mom sort the laundry, right? How many red shirts are there? How many blue shirts are there? There's lots of ways to engage kids in learning at home that doesn't have to be pencil, paper, boring math worksheets. I hope that gives you some ideas to try. Let's take a look at the editable templates that are included with this pack. Here is a sneak peek inside the September homework choice menus. So this is the editable template I was telling you about that's included with the monthly homework charts. So this one says September homework choice board, and then it has the directions, and you can change the directions to meet your needs. And you can, here it says choose at least, and you can put any number you want in there out of the squares. Like I said, there are 20 included. You can choose 10, 15, all 20. Whatever works best for your classroom. I had parents color or initial the boxes as they finished them or as they did them together, and then the date that you want the board to come back on. Then inside of these boxes, it is a table. You can change all of it. You can get rid of it all, change any wording that you'd like there. And we chatted about some of the activities that are included. There are all kinds of things in here. There is gross motor skills, skipping, hopping, galloping, jumping. In Pennsylvania, those are state standards for physical education. Kids need to be able to do those. Not something we get a lot of time to work on at school. Count the doorknobs in your house. We all have doorknobs, right? At least hopefully to the front door, if nothing else, so they have something to count. Play school at home. We talked about tying shoes, practice counting. How high can you count today? Play outside with a trusted adult. That is so important. Kids don't get outside to play enough anymore. So all of those types of things are included. There's also one that just says homework choice board at the top. So if you prefer not to have it say September, you can just copy and paste these to that one. And I also send this home. I usually would print it front to back. And just a note about homework, how these assignments were designed to engage you and your student to learn together at home as an alternative to the paper and pencil, to just make things more developmentally appropriate. And I also listed a variety of different materials or tools that were helpful to have at home to practice throughout the year to make learning more fun, so parents could have those on hand as they need them. All right, that is a sneak peek inside the resource. I hope this video gave you some concrete ideas that you can use to implement developmentally appropriate kindergarten homework in your classroom. That was a mouthful. If you are interested in grabbing your own set of choice menu boards that are ready to use, like I showed you in today's video, I will link them below. You can get them on my website store and also in my TPT shop. I'll also link the blog post that tells you more about how I implemented these different menus in my own kindergarten classroom to give you some ideas and get you started. If this video was helpful to you, please be a friend, tell a friend, and like and subscribe. That lets YouTube know that other kindergarten teachers may like this as well. If you'd like to get in touch or in contact with me, my email is amy@teachingexceptionalkinders.com. And I love to hear from you and see my resources in action, so feel free to tag me on Instagram @teachingexceptionalkinders. All right, until next time, have an exceptional day.